Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Third Down Thursdays. My name is MJ. I'm joined here with the gunslinging fastest in the Midwest, Coach Bruce.
What's good, baby?
On this Thursday evening.
Hey, you know what? Living a dream. No complaints. I don't know. Yeah, today it was an interesting day. Did a lot of reading, actually, and typing, and
Yeah.
I felt like I was in college again because I actually had to do some research on companies and kind of read about, like, in particular, a potential client, and it made me feel like I was an actual adult.
Really?
Yeah, surprisingly. So the client that I'm like looking to go after, they just celebrated their 40th, or excuse me, their 50th year. Producing the product that they're producing. I'm not gonna let anyone know because I don't want to give anybody any kind of free pub on our show. You pay us, motherfuckers.
Facts.
They're really good, and I was doing more research on them, and and I was doing some stuff, making some email templates, as they say in the in the world. So I was having some fun with that, and then it's kind of cool though, like moving into a new corporate office type area. It's kind of like it's pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie. It's nice. It's quiet. I have my office, so I have my setup, and I have a football in there. I have a little Matchbox GTO that I got in there, and
nice.
You had to make, class it up a little bit, right? Got to make it your own. But yeah, today was a good day. My fat ass didn't work out today, unfortunately, because I was just lazy. I'll be honest with you. I was sitting there. I'm like, damn, I haven't slept well the past couple of days, and for no reason whatsoever. Just haven't been able to didn't sleep well the past few days. And I was like, damn, man, you know what? When I get home, I'm going to get a workout in because I have like, you've seen my garage. I have an elliptical and I have a bench and shit like that. But currently we have a couch still in there from those of you that have watched our Sunday tailgate show. And said couch is still there. So I actually have to remove the couch from upstairs, bring that out to the curb to be taken away, and then bring that couch that's in there upstairs. Problem with that though is I need some people to come and help a brother out. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, comments, let me know if you can help me out. It'd be great. MJ, how's your day, man?
My day is good. I'm a lot more calm today than I was on Tuesday.
Ooh,
I was struggling a little bit on Tuesday. I'm going to be perfectly honest. We're going to show you guys why in a second. And all I have to say before we show this video is I stand by everything I said.
Love it.
I stand by everything I said while standing because that's how heated I was. And it's all of Joe said before this rant on Tuesday, that those thoughts were not the thoughts of him, Game on Wisconsin, or Immaculate Perceptions. These are the thoughts of me.
These are the thoughts
of
Third Down Thursdays and of MJ.
And all of that.
Because on our show, we say what the fuck is on our mind, and we don't give a fuck. Come at us. I said it. Especially Raiders fans. Fuck you guys. You're lucky that you're even like doing anything. Devontae Adams, you're right now crying that you left Aaron Rodgers. I said it. All right.
And with that, we're going to play a little clip about MJ being mad concerning the state of the Packers.
All right, here we go now. Let's get that bad boy. Ooh, look at that. It's like looking at yourself right now. It's kind of weird.
Gosh,
special guest.
I'm going to mute myself during this so that you guys don't hear multiple of me.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I should probably do that too. But you can mute me, right? Get ready to mute me.
I will.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is a stand-worthy rant for anybody who knows me. I try to be fairly even-keeled. That's one of the things, on Game on Wisconsin, on Third Down Thursdays with Bruce, I try to be the sensible one, right? Well, I was on vacation this weekend. It was the wife's birthday. We were in Pensacola Beach in Florida on the Panhandle. We were having a great time, right? And I wanted to sit down after being on the beach for 5 hours, after getting sunburned, after enjoying myself, after having a few beverages. I was having a great Sunday. We said, hey, I'm sitting here. I've never watched the Packers lose a football game while I was in a hotel. It's a weird streak, but it made me very confident. We did the pregame space Saturday night. I talked with Jacob. I talked with Mike. I talked with everybody. I said, hey, this is going to be a lot like the Steelers game last year. The Green Bay Packers will be fine. Might be a little bit of a rough start, but it's an AFC opponent, very well-coached team. At the end of the day, we're going to be okay. I said, hammer Packers minus 10.5. Dubs is going to go off. Aaron Rodgers is going to go off. This is going to be a great game. We start off, we're watching the beginning of the game. It's getting a little iffy, right? As this game goes on, I got arguably more livid than I have been with the Green Bay Packers in a very long time. And this is not, I will direct about half of my anger towards Aaron Rodgers. And trust me, we will get there. But I do have anger for Matt LaFleur. I have anger for Joe Barry. Rich Bisaccia, you did a decent job. I wasn't super mad with you. Special teams was better than it's been in the past. So I'm not going to get mad at you because we're still, even though it wasn't the best game, they were still better than the 29th in the league we're used to. So I don't care, right? But here's where I start my beef with Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
Beefy.
I got even more mad today. When I got off work, I thought, oh, it was Aaron Rodgers Tuesday on the Pat McAfee show, right? Let's take a look at what Rodgers had to say. And there's one quote specifically that made me livid. Bruce, I don't know if you can pull it up on this short notice.
Nope.
But he said on the Pat McAfee show something along the lines of, he referred to when Devontae Adams was a rookie. He said when Tay was a rookie, there were a lot of times, and then he goes, I see this spot with Christian Watson, that Tay was open. He just didn't happen to get the ball. And he said that quote, referring to Christian Watson, who when Christian Watson is on the field, he is the fastest human being on the football field. Like, 99% of the time, he is the fastest human being on the football field. And Aaron Rodgers said to Pat McAfee today, yeah, he just doesn't happen to get the ball even if he's open. Excuse me?
Excuse me?
You don't have the type of offense where you can just sit there and let Christian Watson
Rick and Morty
happen to get the ball.
Excuse
when
me.
he just more than often is open. That's number one. Okay? We saw what Christian Watson can do with the ball in his hands. He takes it to the house. Okay? That's why the Packers drafted him. That's why the Packers wanted to move back into the first round to draft him. Because they said this is one of the most talented football players we see in this draft. We want to go get him. And because Aaron Rodgers is a little baby.
Oh, I thought you were going to say bitch, by the way.
Christian Watson dropped the ball week 1 against the Vikings. He's punishing him. Just like he punished Romeo Doubs for half of the game on Sunday and didn't give him the ball after Romeo Doubs dropped and fumbled a screen pass that was all Aaron Rodgers' fault.
All your fault.
Terrible screen throw. Which, by the way, Aaron Rodgers is one of the worst screen quarterbacks in the NFL. He can be great at every throw, but when it comes to a screen pass, dude tries to throw it 100 miles an hour and break the receiver's hand when he tries to do that. So that's number one. Aaron Rodgers, I love Alan Lazard. I love Randall Cobb.
I said that's number 1 3 times so far.
You did, I know. I counted that earlier, too.
But not arguably, just factually, Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson are the 2 most talented receivers on that football team. Just pure talent. I don't care if they drop the ball once in a while. I don't care if you're on the wrong page once in a while. It is your job as the face of the franchise, as the quarterback, to get those 2 on the same page.
Get them.
I don't care. You get them the football. So that's number 1.
That's 4 times, by the way.
I need a breather. I'm getting heated. Okay, that's number 1.
I need a breather.
Number 2. Okay. And I know that this is just a narrative, but it's still a narrative that needs to be applied. Okay. Not only did the game start with Brian Hoyer, I laugh just thinking about it. The game started.
What am I, Italian with my hand motions? What am I doing?
I don't know.
Quarterback position got worse because Bailey Zappi, the rookie quarterback out of Western Kentucky, who used to be actually a very good college quarterback. He almost threw for 6,000 yards, almost broke an FBS record last year.
He did.
Came in and somehow, through 4 quarters, looked better than Aaron Rodgers did.
Oh,
I
forgot about that.
The rookie quarterback with, by the way, Matt Patricia calling the plays. Let's remind people that Matt Patricia was the failed head coach of the Detroit Lions, who ran them into the ground so badly that they're even more of a laughingstock than they used to be. And by the way, as a defensive play caller that Bill Belichick is trying to sabotage the Patriots with by having him call offensive plays. He was the play caller.
Hot take there, by the way.
Zappi, I don't even know if that's how you say his name. Bailey Zappi looking better than Aaron Rodgers through 3 quarters. Bruce says it's Zapp. I don't care because he's better than my Hall of Fame quarterback for 55 minutes.
I don't give a shit what he's saying.
Embarrassing. What does Todd have to say? This has me fired up. The pants are coming off. That's what I love to hear, Todd.
Okay, I'm gonna clip that. We're gonna keep that, by the way, because I want to hear that. I want to use that as a freaking thing. Pants are coming off. I like that. Oh, this is where I cut it. All right, hold on. Let me get it out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
So now 2 days later, I stand by everything I said. And the only other thing I'll add that wasn't in that clip that I said a little bit later in the rant is Aaron Rodgers no longer has the luxury of a consistent rotating star wide receiver. And because of that, I truly think if he wants to win a Super Bowl, and we talked about this on the show on Tuesday with Joe, in my opinion, if the Packers want to win a Super Bowl, it lies more in Aaron Rodgers assimilating Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs to the Packers offense than it does on the Packers getting a star wide receiver, than it does on the Packers defense playing to a better level, even though they're already playing at a top 15, top 10 level.
Yeah, they are.
I think the biggest factor is look at your 2 most athletic guys on offense and get them involved. Romeo Doubs is already on pace for almost 1,000-yard season, and Rodgers refuses to throw him the ball for half of the game.
Sorry.
So imagine, I know it bothers me. I know
I had to help.
I know. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Got it.
I know it bothers me too. So much better now. Because I've been looking at myself I'm used to looking at the right part of my screen.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
That's why I was looking. I'm like,
it's throwing me off.
Dude.
But Rodgers just has refused to throw to the two most athletic people on his offense. It would be the same thing as if he just refused to give Aaron Jones the ball, which is what we saw screwed the Packers over week 1. So, yes, Alex, I stand by what I say. Aaron Rodgers needs to get his crap together because otherwise the man is going to cost the Green Bay Packers a Super Bowl.
All right, let's this is not a Green Bay Packers show, so let's
but they piss me off.
That's fair. I mean, I wish I even had like the amount of care for being pissed off right now for my team. We might get to that. I don't even know if I put that in the list of stuff to get to, but we might. Anyway, that being said, MJ, Aaron Judge. Finally, good job. Hit
Proud of you, Aaron.
60-second home run that happened actually during Immaculate Perceptions.
Yes.
Watch it, guys. Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Yours truly is the producer. Every once in a while, I'll pop in, say some stupid shit. MJ is the host along with Joe. It's a great show. It's fun. It's a lot of Packers talk. Yes. However, I think we provide a decent amount of entertainment. That being said, Aaron Judge hits his 60 sacks. Whoa. Sacks?
He hit his what?
He hit his sacks.
Time out.
So,
okay.
Hit his 62nd. Okay, that could be. I can see why you could make that mistake.
Yeah, I understood where you're going with that.
Right. Anyway, hit his 62nd home run. MJ, the gentleman that got that ball, he is a Texas native, also from what I recall, some kind of investor of some firm or an attorney.
Yeah, he's the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar investment firm.
Right, and the guy was immediately offered $2 million for that ball. All right, so while you people may think that I'm immediately going to ask, okay, he hit his 62nd home run. Is that the thing we should celebrate? I'm not going to ask that. Does this fuckface deserve 62 or $2 million for Aaron Judge's 62nd ball when he already has a shit ton of money?
So it's funny because right after our show on Tuesday, we were talking about this, you, me, and Joe, and I said this guy is in such a good. That's funny. This guy who caught that baseball is in such a good position,
100%,
because he either can just jack up the price on this baseball because somebody's going to pay him a lot of money, right? And it's going to go to him personally. Somebody's going to pay him a lot of money for that baseball, or he can provide his multi-billion-dollar investment firm with the best free PR if he wants to by ultimately deciding, hey, let me be the good guy. Let me give Aaron Judge this baseball. Now, I'm going to flip this back around on you, Bruce.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a question.
If you were the person who caught that baseball, what would you do?
I'd give it back.
Really?
I'd give it back.
Right away?
I'd give it back, yeah. The reason why I would get, like, I sound weird and like might be the answer that a lot of people wouldn't think, and I guarantee you there might be some friends watching or people that might hear this that I'm friends with that would be like, fucking bullshit. This dude's gonna take that money and run. My wife upstairs might be watching right now too. She's like, you better fucking take that money. No, I'm not in it for that shit. I'm actually more in it for the ability to be like, hey, third down Thursday, 7 p.m. I got the ball.
Okay, I was thinking that. I was thinking, so you know how. Actually, I told my wife, if I were the person who caught this ball, you know what I would do? I would look at Aaron Judge, say, you can have this ball, but you now have a deal like Aaron Rodgers, where once a week you're on the Third Down Thursday show.
Yes.
With MJ and Coach Bruce. And you're part of the family now, Aaron.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, guess what, motherfucker? Like, we did this now.
Exactly. Aaron, you're on the team now.
So I got a curveball for you. See what I did there? That's professionalism right there.
Bruce will not give it back. He will demand $10 million.
No. But all right, so Barry Bonds, excuse me, hit his 73rd home run ball back in 2000. 2003, it was sold at auction for, guess how much?
$1.2 million.
Less. And this is before. This is actually before the. This is before the controversy with steroids and stuff like that. How much do you think?
Less than that?
It was less than that, significantly less.
Like 250, 250
grand. Close. Well, kind of close. $517,500.
That's it.
That's it. That's all the 73rd home run ball went.
Wow.
And so you know what?
Somebody's gonna pay $2+ million for a home run that doesn't even matter. That's crazy.
Oh, I love that you just said that, because that leads us into our next thing. I didn't create the banner for it, so we're gonna talk about it.
That's fine. Yeah.
All right. Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Aaron Judge. All right. Obviously, Babe Ruth is in there too. Maris is in there too. Hank Aaron's in there too.
This is gonna date me, but how do you spell McGuire?
McGuire. It's really
forget the W.
Capital M,
capital G,
capital Guire.
That's really how you spell McGuire. That bothers me. I don't.
It's if that's off the top of my head. So this was back in like '98. So please,
hold up. Is that how you spell it?
Yeah. No. Yes, it is.
There's no shot that that's how you spell Mark McGuire.
That's how you spell it. That's how you spell it. Anyway, so you look that up.
It's a G, not a. It's a W, not a U.
Why did I think it was U?
I don't know.
Anyway,
there we go.
I don't know why the hell I know it was a U. Whoops. Anyway, so what I was saying though was back in the steroid era, and I'm gonna go back to, and I made this rant a few weeks ago, but back in the steroids era in '98. When Sosa and McGwire were going back and forth, the way they captivated America, it saved baseball. And Sai, you're in the chat on this, and I know you were way too fucking young for this, but Mark McGwire, in my opinion, is still a legend in St. Louis. Am I correct on that, Sai? I hope you can remember that. Thank you. Thanks, Mike, for letting me. Anyway, I hope, Sai, you're watching. I hope you're still in that group chat, or in the chat. But anyway. McGwire is still an absolute beast down in St. Louis. I would hope.
Oh yeah, they still got the Mac land and everything.
So I just don't get, back then. Actually, yeah, I do. So back then, there was no thought of like, oh, they're taking steroids, they're taking this, they're taking that, they're enhancing their ability to hit a baseball. You can't enhance your ability. Here's the fucked up thing, though. You cannot enhance your ability to hit a fucking baseball. That is absolutely impossible. Next to golf, baseball is the hardest sport to fucking play. I don't care what hockey people say. So come at me, motherfuckers. Next to golf, baseball is is the hardest sport to play. You're trying to hit a round ball with a cylinder. That's ridiculously difficult. It's a ridiculously difficult thing to do.
And you have milliseconds to do it.
Exactly. And you have, all right, so fucking try to hit a hockey puck coming at you at 99 miles an hour. And they're going to be like, oh, what about a goalie catching them? All right, cool. You have one person, but is he trying to hit it at the same time? Negative. So I digress. Anyway, that's just my somewhat disdain for hockey. Go Blackhawks. But what I was getting at is back then I don't think as many people were as conflicted with the possibility of cheating behind what they were doing, because people, I guess, weren't as jaded as they are now. And so I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter when Aaron Judge hit his home run, just saying all this shit, being like, oh, he's probably juicing. He's probably this. He's probably that. Just like, it's just sad that we've come to that point in our society where we can't enjoy a record being broken that's been years and years. It's been held by a Yankee player in the AL. I get it, but that goes back to my thing with Bonds. I love Bonds. So all three of those guys, McGwire, Sosa, Bonds, and we already know this, should be in the Hall of Fame. If Aaron Judge continues on this trajectory, he should be in the Hall of Fame. But I just really wish that this home run race that Aaron Judge had captivated the American audience as much as it did back in the 90s and early 2000s with Barry Bonds. That's just disappointing. It kind of sucked because it kind of takes away the romanticism that's there with baseball, in my opinion.
This has nothing to do with baseball or really anything. I just have a weird question for you.
Fair, go ahead.
Do you drink tea?
I do, yes. Not often.
What kind of tea do you drink?
So I used to be a huge green tea drinker.
Okay.
I liked green tea a lot. I tried black tea too. But if you want a tea with a lot of caffeine, it's actually I think it's white tea.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've never been into tea, and I just feel like I'd be a better person if I drank tea.
What brings this up?
You were talking about how like jaded people are in general, and I just thought I think if people drank more tea, they'd be nicer. Because like British people drink a lot of tea, they're pretty nice.
So British people by nature because they drink tea. So the association that you're making right now is drink tea, nice. Drink coffee, asshole.
Yes.
All right, so I'm a huge asshole. I'm cool with it.
Your words, not mine.
All right.
Anyway,
well,
that popped into my head, and I knew I would forget it.
What do you think about that, though? Real quick, before we switch we switch topics, what's your thoughts though on the Bonds, McGuire, Sosa, Judge train? How you feeling?
To me, I think the only reason it matters is because those three guys did it in the National League. If one of them played in the AL, this wouldn't matter. This would just be a great season. And yes, Sosa did get caught with the corked bat multiple times, actually. So to me, it's not one of the top 5, right? It's not even one of the top 5 home run seasons ever.
No, it's not. Nowhere near it.
So why do we care? Just because the other 3 did it in the NL? It's not if, and this is the context I keep putting it in, if those 3 should be in the Hall of Fame, if we should recognize everything they did,
he's going to do it.
Then I don't care that Aaron Judge did this. I don't care. Okay, he broke a record that's just because those 3 dudes happen to play in the NL. I don't care that he hit 62 home runs. Very good season. Didn't even end up winning the Triple Crown because the guy from Minnesota, his name escapes me. The guy from Minnesota stole it on the last day of the season.
They signed
Alvarez, maybe.
Oh,
I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
I remember reading about it earlier.
So he didn't even win a Triple Crown. He doesn't even have one of the top 10 OPS seasons in the last 20 years. So he hit a bunch of home runs. He got some RBIs. He doesn't have a ridiculous RBI season that no one's ever done. Literally, the only thing unique.
Luis Arraez.
Arraez, not Alvarez. Arraez. Yes. So to me, okay, he should be recognized for being a very good baseball player. Wonderful. He broke Roger Maris's record. To me, that's more of a Yankee thing than an MLB thing. I don't think in the terms of baseball context, I don't care.
I have an interesting thing right here. So Luis Arraez played in 144 games this year, whereas Judge played in 157 games this year.
As long as you got the correct number of plate appearances, that's all that matters.
That's a fair point too.
Speaking of which, my good friend out in Los Angeles, Shohei Ohtani. You want to talk about some records, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who did something this season that hasn't been done since our brother Babe Ruth in 1918?
Our brother. I hung out with him all the time.
My guy Herman.
We used to...
George Herman Ruth, my brother from another mother, in 1918, qualified for both the pitching and the batting title, barely. Shohei Ohtani was, this year, the first person since Babe Ruth to qualify for that title. And I have another stat for you that is even more impressive. Bruce, guess how many times in the last 140 years somebody has been top 10 in baseball in home runs and strikeouts?
Ooh, how many times?
How many times in the last 140 years?
I'll say once or twice. I'll say twice, just to be, whatever. Twice.
Shohei Ohtani,
and Babe Ruth.
No, and some guy who I don't even know his name in 1883.
Oh yeah, no.
Let me pull up because this is legitimate. The last player to finish in the top 10 in both home runs and strikeouts was Jim Whitney in 1883 with, count them, 5 home runs and 345 strikeouts.
That is a negative,
514 innings pitched. So in that sense, our good friend Jim Whitney in 1883, has anyone done what Shohei Ohtani did this year? Bruce, that's the entirety of baseball, essentially. Shohei Ohtani did something that in the entirety of baseball, nobody has done since just 20 years after the Civil War, Bruce. And people are looking at me with a straight face and saying that Shohei Ohtani is not the most valuable baseball player on the planet.
Uh-oh.
Yet Shohei won't win the MVP. I don't want to spend too much time on this because we have other stuff to talk about.
Right.
The last stat that I told Bruce before the show.
Which is really good. This is really good.
Encapsulates, if you want to talk about ultimate value, right? Shohei Ohtani's 9.3 wins above replacement, his WAR, which is what people love talking about, was a whopping 32% of the LA Angels' WAR this season.
Which is an absolutely fucking absurd number.
And I remind you, Mike Trout plays on that team, Bruce.
Right.
And he hit 40 home runs this season.
Right.
In any other year, Mike Trout would be the MVP.
Yes.
Because he had another ridiculous Mike Trout season. And Ohtani and Judge are so good that we've forgotten that Mike Trout exists. And Anthony Rendon is on that team. They have some very good baseball players. They just suck as a unit, right? If you look at Aaron Judge comparatively, Aaron Judge is only 21% of WAR on the New York Yankees because he's surrounded by incredibly talented players.
Oh, that roster is insane. Well, so, and I'm going to speak to this, and because like I brought this up too, and like this is not playing devil's advocate whatsoever, because what Shohei Ohtani's done this year is absolutely freaking absurd. But it depends on what the writers want. You know what I'm saying? It depends on like, is he the best player for that team, or is he like, to use a phrase that you don't like, is he a good leader for men that helps them win? And granted, although like Aaron Judge, and lead them to the playoffs and so on and so forth. Like,
and Aaron Judge is the most skilled player on a 99 win team in New York, so he's going to win the MVP. Not because he's the most valuable player, but because he's the best player on a division-winning team in New York.
So okay, so
that's why he's going to win MVP.
All right, so this goes to my other point. This goes to my other thing. If Shohei Ohtani is playing on the Chicago Cubs right now, he wins MVP. You know why he wins MVP? Because of marketing. You know why they're going to have somebody that on the Yankees win? Because of marketing. We bitch and complain on our show about how much the Major League Baseball is absolute dog shit at marketing. You know why a Yankees player is going to fucking win? It's because they want to market it. They want marketability. The Yankees, the oldest team, like the team,
and because
the baseball team.
And because everybody decided that this home run race was something to talk about, he's going to be the MVP now.
Right.
But we're not going to talk about the fact that Shohei Ohtani is doing stuff that has never been done in baseball. Right. And I don't have to explain to people who've actually played baseball how difficult it is to be one of the top 10 best pitchers in baseball and also be one of the top 10 best hitters in baseball. And I'm not talking about for your little league team. I'm not talking about for your high school AAU team. I'm talking about in Major League Baseball. That does not happen.
Hey, you know what?
We're talking about that dude's getting paid $32 million next year, and people are talking about how the Angels got scammed, or the Angels scammed him.
Correct.
Because he's only getting paid $32 million because he should be getting paid. I mean, the top contract right now is 50.
Correct.
He should be getting paid 60.
I was about to say more. I was going to say 75.
He should get a blank check from the Los Angeles Angels.
Show him,
write me a number.
Hey, MJ, though.
Ridiculous.
So I do have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You know what you need for your house, if you have a person that dances like this in it, you need good insurance. So
you need Erie insurance, Bruce.
you need great insurance. So that being said, let's have a word from our sponsor.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
Jeff at bbig.com. When you send him that email, guys, you say Third Down Thursday sent you, and we will send you a little perk too, because we will send you some merchandise if you go through Jeff as our sponsor. Well, our sponsor, then if you go through us, him saying it was us, we'll get you some free gear.
Okay, Bruce.
Words are hard, dude. Words are hard.
They are.
But you know what, though? You know what's not hard? You know what's not hard, MJ? Falling asleep.
Poor sleepy Tony.
So I actually this is going to be a short one, just so you know. I didn't want to go crazy too much into it.
Yes.
But our resident Cardinals beat writer and stuff, and the fact that, Tony La Russa he really is an OG of Major League Baseball.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? Because I'm curious to know your thoughts on Tony La Russa, because you're a little younger than I am and everything. Right. So I'm kind of curious to hear what you have to say about his legacy and the things that you know and you could think of off the top of your head. Because I know we didn't talk about the pregame show with this or anything like that. So off the top of your head, what are the first things that come to your mind?
So the first thing that comes to my mind, and correct me if I'm wrong, this should be the World Series against the Rangers, I want to say in 2010. Ooh. No, 2011. I apologize. 2010 was Rangers Giants. Yeah. 2011, the David Freese World Series.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's the first thing that I think of for Tony La Russa. The other thing I think of was him managing the Bash Brothers in the 80s in Oakland. And, he has managed some iconic teams. He's managed some iconic moments. No matter the crap he's gotten in recent years, for whatever reason, I think at the end of the day, like you said, he is he's a lifer when it comes to Major League Baseball. I think he should be mentioned in the same respect that people give to Dusty Baker, even though Tony La Russa has won way more than Dusty Baker, because unfortunately Dusty's never been able to win the last game of the season. But La Russa, 2011 Rangers Cardinals, that was Tony's last game. So I think when it comes down to a legacy, he should be named in some of the best managers of all time.
Agree.
For his longevity, for you don't manage that long in Major League Baseball without knowing what you're doing.
No, exactly.
He had a rough last couple years in Chicago, and it's unfortunate that Sleepy Tony is going to go out that way.
Oh, man.
But around here, we love him to death. And at the end of the day, his legacy is one of the best managers of all time, in my opinion.
Fair. So I'll start off with this. You see the stuff behind me. You see the Cubs banner. That's been up for the past 2.5 years. We've been doing this. As soon as Tony La Russa got signed for that team, I was half tempted to purchase a .22 La Russa jersey in referencing his DUI that he got a few years back.
Right.
And just to kind of rub it in White Sox fans' faces that you got an absolutely fucking old dude that likes to get shit-faced hammered. So I'm a slightly younger dude that likes to get shit-faced hammered. However, I will say this, though. From everything that I can remember from my childhood and stuff like that, I remember my mom actually fucking hating him. She's like, that ugly son of a bitch. Every time the Cubs would play the Cardinals, that's what my mom would be saying, because she absolutely hated the guy. And then when Lou Piniella took over as the coach of the Chicago Cubs, also back in the early to mid 2000s, battles that those two would go to, and like the yelling, and him and Dusty Baker too. When Dusty Baker would go fucking bonkers at him back in like the 2003 when the Cubs were like legitimately good.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome. It was fun. But I think the word that I would actually describe Tony La Russa as is innovative. I think he was innovative beyond his times. I think that the things that he brought to the game, the small ball action, his intelligence, despite some of the things in his last 2 years with the White Sox, the intelligence of the game was amazing. Every player on that White Sox roster loved him because he was personable. He was somebody, he was a player's coach, which was one of the things that he was not with the St. Louis Cardinals. Right. So I 100% agree. The respect should be there. He's a Hall of Famer. He already is. And the respect that Dusty Baker is getting, it should be the same stuff that he's getting. So very well said by you,
Bruce. I have something I want to talk about that is not on here. It's not an extended conversation. I just want to know, have you seen the highlights today of Victor Wembanyama?
I have not.
So, also, 7'4" Victor Wembanyama.
I did see that. I did. Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert stood next to
standing next to 7'2" Rudy Gobert. He's taller.
Yeah.
And LeBron was asked about Victor, said he is a generational talent. He is so highly regarded by the NBA that Adam Silver actually had to make a statement today to NBA teams to say,
stop,
please don't tank just for this guy.
Bulls tank.
You want to know the last time the NBA had to say that?
LeBron.
Yep. LeBron. And this man is 7'4". The highlight that I want you to find, Bruce, not to show, just for you to watch, just for you to understand personally, is this man running off of a screen into the right corner like he's Steph Curry, and then pulling up fadeaway 3 from the corner like he's Ray Allen.
7'4". All right, I gotta check it out.
7'4".
I'll check it out.
In the Pro-Am game he played in Vegas today, he had 37 points. He was 7 for 11 from 3. He had more blocks than he had rebounds.
Is he going to the G League?
No, he played professionally overseas last year, I believe.
So he's eligible. He's draft eligible then.
He is eligible for the 2020 draft.
That's gonna be great. All right, so before we change, no, we got to go into that eventually though. When we have Rob on, by the way, I don't know if you saw my email. I ended up emailing Rob today.
Yes, I did.
On with us, so I didn't see if he responded yet or not. So, but anyways, actually, you did remind me of this. Did you by chance see the name of the France basketball, or the France? I think he's from France. France basketball player. His first name's Steve, but you know what his last name is?
Oh yeah, Fat Ho or something.
No, Ho you fat. I was like, yeah.
Ho you fat.
Ho you fat. Then the announcer, when he hit the 3, he's like, Ho you fat. He's like, that's not me. That's his last name. That's not me saying anything. Well, how great is that?
Ho you fat.
Also, Edgerrin James, his son. You know what his son's name is?
No.
Jizzle.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So his son, I think his son committed, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, or MJ if you want to look it up. I mean, I could too, but whatever. I think he committed to Cincinnati for basketball, I want to say. And but we were talking in my group chat earlier today, we were talking. I'm like, can you imagine Jizzle to Ho you fat? What? What?
What did he say?
What? So no, there was a lot of inappropriate things that were. So I mean, it is granted, it is Third Down Thursday, so I guess we can't technically say them because we just don't care. What was the other one? What was the other one? There was another hilarious one. It was like Jizzle's pass goes to the face of Ho you fat or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's so bad.
So I have a comment from my dad that I don't think showed up in here because he commented on me sharing the post on Facebook. But about Tony La Russa, we got a hot take from my father.
Hot take. Love hot takes.
On Tony La Russa, Mike says, great manager who looked the other way while the Bash brothers shot each other full of steroids. He's a cheat.
You're damn right he did. And guess what? It's the same thing that happened. Hi, Paige. It's the damn thing. It was the same exact thing. It was the exact damn thing that happened in Houston when Houston won the fucking World Series, and the coaches were the ones being like,
Right.
"Oh, we're gonna figure it out. Hey, kick a can, smash something." So,
Right.
yeah, if unfortunately in the NFL, in Major League Baseball, there is a history of cheating involved in Major League Baseball, whether that be stimulants, whether that be steroids, whether that be I don't know, ability to recover faster, steroids or HGH, or just anything like that, or stealing signs,
Right.
as simple as stealing signs. There's unfortunately a history of that happening multiple times. It's unfortunate. Doesn't make it okay. No. However, again, we talked about this from a strictly entertainment perspective.
Right.
I don't care. It is what it is. It is what it is. So,
Speaking of entertainment.
Ooh.
This
we're going straight to. I haven't even looked at it. I actually turned off my TV.
This terrible game. I haven't looked at it either.
I actually think I have a bet on this game. Hold on.
Oh, do we have a that into that? Back into that? Oh. we have a that into that?
Wait.
Into that?
Actually, I think I have a multiple. I have a multiple. Oh my god, I'm so
Degenerate Bets plural.
Wait, hold on.
My goodness.
Big time degenerate bet, by the way. I have a 5-legger.
Oh,
not much. It was only $5, but only like I got the Miami Heat beating Brooklyn.
Okay.
I got
Hold up. Bruce. No. I need you, Bruce. I need you to look at me. You're betting on NBA preseason basketball.
$5. Hey, it's a free bet. So
NBA preseason.
It's a free bet. It's a free bet. I'm not going to hit this one though. I have the over in the Magic Spurs game. It's not going to happen.
NBA preseason basketball.
Oh my god! All right, so you know the 30
Sycamore walkthrough. You're not missing much. Wow.
All right, so actually, oh no, so this is a really bad bet. So I have the game. So for the game, I have the Broncos winning, where I have like a decent amount of money on. But I was like, you know what? Let's just have some fun this game. It's a free bet.
Yeah.
So I did a parlay of Mo Alley Cox anytime touchdown, Cortland Sutton anytime touchdown, Russell Wilson over 231 yards passing, and Russell Wilson over 12.5 yards rushing. He's already got 18. So I've already hit I've hit the over on rushing. I'm looking okay with the passing. But please, Mo Alley Cox and Cortland Sutton, give me that, because that's this was a cheap one. This was $1.50 to win $60.
Oh, that's not bad.
So
that was pretty good.
Again, that's a free bet. I was like, you know what? Yeah. We're not going to go crazy with the free bet. I know everyone's like, it's a free bet. It's up to $5, fuckers. So that's the reason why I didn't do the whole 5.
Oh, so you can split up. You do
right. So
a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay.
Right.
Here's what I say: if the Broncos don't win this game, there are issues. I
was about to say,
you cannot beat the Indianapolis Colts without Jonathan Taylor, who, by the way, I just traded in my fantasy league. Traded Jonathan Taylor. I got honestly, I like the return. I got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jerry Jeudy, and Chase Edmonds back.
That's not bad. I have Jerry Jeudy on my, and I think it's ours. Is it ours? I think I have him. Although my team's been playing like absolute dog shit, by the way. Like
you not doing so good.
No, not at all.
Want to make a trade right now?
It's been bad. No, we'll talk off. We'll talk off camera.
No, we'll talk. We talk on here.
No, we'll talk off camera, because I actually did want. Hold on, I did want to get to this. All right, so you could look at whatever you want to do, and also I'm going to say no anyways, because my guys they're gonna start playing anyway.
Shut up, your team's trash anyway.
Hey, my team's actually pretty. Hey, my team was actually pretty. I got a great grade.
Wait. We're playing each other this week.
Oh, that's not gonna. Well, you're predicted to win.
We play. Yeah, I'm predicted to destroy you. But we're playing each other this week.
Relax there, killer. Relax there.
Let's see. Who do I want on your? I don't want Devontae because he's not getting the football.
No, he's not.
You're starting Taysom Hill. No wonder your team's
it's not looking good. Yeah, because we ended up changing our whatchamacallit on there because he was supposed to get quarterback stats too. It got changed. That's the reason why I picked him up. Because I was playing him at tight end, so that way I can get running back, receiving, obviously because it's tight end, and then quarterback. Right. And all of a sudden it got cut out, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, you could still take him out of the lineup because you got Dalton Schultz. He'll get you like 4 points.
Yeah, he was doing dog shit. Anyway, I wanted to get to this though real quick.
Yes.
So I read a really, really good article today talking about how there's a neurological doctor who was a part of the documentary Concussion that came out back in like 2015. I want to say. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
It was the guy who it was based off of.
Correct. But so he actually had an interview saying that Tua should not be playing in the NFL anymore.
Yes.
So I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it's going to come to a point where he's going to sign a contract that is going to say if you sustain any more concussions or any substantial concussions, you are consenting that you will not sue the NFL for blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And as NFL players are, because back when I was younger, I would always want to play for the guys that I'm like working with and trying to be a badass and like, whatever. And please, again, I will emphasize this. I will never ever touch that. I was never able to get up to that level because I just didn't have that same commitment. And frankly, just obviously not the same genetics as those guys, because those guys are absolute genetic freaks. But they're going he'll end up signing some kind of contract, I bet. And this is totally me just guessing. This isn't like anything that I read today. Yeah. However, I do think that he'll end up the Dolphins or whomever will end up having him sign a contract saying that if you sustain any more head injuries or this, that, and the other, you will not pursue charges against us. You're signing this at your own consent, basically.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. And it's kind of sad too, because, damn well the guy's not going to give up playing football. I'm sure he's played football for since he was 8 years old in the backyard with his buddies and, whatever. However, I do think, and this might be a hot take, I do think that what the NFL is going to end up doing, and everybody mark this, if a player sustains a concussion in the NFL or an NFL game or practice, they will implement the same thing that UFC does, and it's going to be an automatic 90 days out.
I was going to say, because the Patriots just put Brian Hoyer on 4-week IR.
Yeah.
For a concussion. So, that's what I'm thinking is they might do something like kind of like make new rules like they made for COVID. Have like a concussion
automatic. Good call.
Yeah, where the teams can elevate players to replace concussion, players or something like that. Speaking of which, Naheem Hines was just ruled out of the game tonight with a concussion, so the Colts are now on their third string running back.
Suddenly the NFL is going to be super strict on concussions out of nowhere. Yep. After
and
everything.
The doctor, by the way, from the concussion movie with Will Smith was Bennett Omalu.
That's who it was.
Who was the one that talked and said, if I were to speak to Tua, what he said was, I would tell him, brother, hang it up. And I get both sides of it. I think the only issue I have is I think there's a chance people are overreacting based off of nobody actually knows how serious his head injury is. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't an NFL athlete, but I've had plenty of concussions. I'm okay.
Same.
They were not that level. Obviously, I'm not getting smacked by a 250-pound dude moving at 20 miles an hour. But I don't think people should be making that kind of drastic statements. I get that Omalu probably is paid too, but
Right.
Making that kind of drastic statements, pretending to be doctors and people who aren't him, when they know nothing about what's actually going on.
I got it. So real quick. So before we jump off the topic, there was actually a really good comparison, and I think you'll appreciate this too. It kind of put it in perspective for me, and that is, I think her name's Courtney Cronin, the Chicago Bears beat writer for ESPN. She ended up talking to her neurologist about the Tua situation, and she ended up asking that particular one. I really wish I remembered what the name was, but I was like focusing on something else. But I was listening, but not, anyway. So she said that the neurologist told her that we know about as much of the brain as we did of the heart back in the 1960s.
Oh, wow.
So when I heard that, I was like, damn, like really think about that. You know what I'm saying? Because in the 1960s, okay, you knew the valves and you knew, the atrium. It's been a while, but yeah, in the ventricle and like all that stuff, but like how the electrical system works and this, that, and the other. We didn't know all that stuff. We didn't know the reactions to things. And like, can you imagine now having like the basic knowledge from the 1960s or technology from the 1960s to try to measure the heart now? So that kind of totally put things in perspective for me. And that's what's making me be like, damn, damn well the Dolphins would be like, sign this before they fucking extend him,
Oh, he's not getting a contract extension.
No.
He's not going to play past his contract.
That sounds sad though, but all right. Yeah. On a lighter note, I don't know. There really isn't a good way to make this transition, so I'm just going to run it. All right, here we go.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry. Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And remember to mention Third Down Thursdays for some free gear when you talk to Jeff at BeBig.com. Jeff Wertzepny. All right, MJ. Oh, my goodness. Is it time?
I think it's time.
I think it's time, too.
I believe it's time for... Oh, yeah. You hear that, Bruce?
Oh, the fire's going. Ooh.
Time to crack open a cold one.
Ooh.
Get some s'mores. Oh, yeah.
There it is. Time for Fireside Chat with Third Down Thursdays with MJ and Coach Bruce. This is where you come at us with whatever you want to know. It could be sports. It could be how we're doing, what's going on with our lives, anything you guys want to talk about. Free game. Ask away. Say anything. It don't matter. I'll answer it.
So, I got another question.
All right, shoot, my guy.
When you walk into Target with your wife, what's the average bill coming out?
Oh, great question. Oh, well, to be honest with you, when I go with my wife, she has a really good understanding that I go to places like that to get what the fuck I need and get out. Whereas I love you. She will go to Target and spend an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, like looking over stuff. And thank you, Alex.
Love you, Alex.
So are you, buddy. She'll go to Target and she'll spend time looking at stuff, analyzing or whatever. And I get it. Oh, there it is. I knew she would. I knew it.
You go and forget everything we need.
I just want to get out.
That's why you need to send us a list. You know better.
Oh, here we go. We got a question. Hold on. We got a question. Would you rather fight a chicken every time you get into your car or I don't even know.
Orangutan.
Orangutan. Oh, wow. Good job
The
spelling.
sword.
With a sword once a year. Wait, what? With a sword once a year orangutan.
Okay, so would you rather fight chicken every time you get into your car or an orangutan with a sword once a year?
I would.
With the sword once a year because I would be prepared. I might get messed up the first time, but after that, I'm gonna stay strapped. So I'll be prepared after that time.
I'm gonna say right now. I would actually. I'd fight the chicken every time I got into my car, just because Family Guy. I'm thinking of the Family Guy chicken. They would just like whoop the shit out of each other for like countless amount of hours and time, and all of a sudden, like I'm on a jet flying out somewhere. I could go in the tropics and enjoy myself there, and that's what I'd go with.
Who you got winning it all?
Oh, who do I have winning it all?
Say Doc.
I had Yankees Dodgers in the playoffs. Well, according to now, I had the fucking White Sox in the World Series at my our preseason predictions. I don't even remember who I had. Oh, I think did I have the Blue Jays? Did I have the Blue Jays from the AL? MJ, do you remember?
I think you did.
All right. Well, that didn't work out well. I'm gonna go Yankees. I'm gonna say it.
Let's see. What was
Doug
of more catches? We'll have
yes.
Yes, you're correct. You'll do groceries, which means you grab a pack of cheese and a 24-pack of beer. I'm still waiting to see what's wrong with that.
That might be like
waiting.
That might be the best comment that we've had.
So my wife just sent me this. I don't know if you can see it. It's comparing Aaron Rodgers' haircut.
That's good. To the
Yankees rotation is a little suspect.
I agree.
I agree with this 100%. As long as it's
thank you. Agree. I don't want some cheating ass bitch ass team to win that at all.
Okay, but you're fine with steroids. So what's the difference?
That's fair too.
What's the difference? What's the difference between trash can and taking HGH?
I don't know. For whatever reason, I just don't like the Astros. I like Jose Altuve has like little man syndrome, like sitting there, like Napoleon Bonaparte, like hand in the thing, like being like, I don't know.
Oh.
Whoa. What is that?
She loves the Padres City uniform.
Of course, Sai's gonna go with them.
Right. Industrial, we all go Rusty.
Oh my god! Wait,
Curry Frog here. Hello, I'm Garrett Cole.
You didn't know I could do a Kermit the Frog voice, huh?
I did. I just forgot. And the only time I've seen you do it is when you're intoxicated. So I didn't know if it was a sober Bruce could do it thing or a.
Oh, I could do it I used to do that shit all the time. So real quick backstory. So I know we're kind of like limited on time. So backstory. 8th grade, we had a basketball game up at like a northern area, and there was a huge snowstorm that hit when we were on the bus ride home. A normally like half-hour, 45-minute bus ride turned into a 3-hour bus ride, and that's not an exaggeration. It was insane. And we're on the back of the bus, like me and like my guys like that, who I'm still friends with today. What's up, guys? They're like, oh, males, like they're like do the Kermit the Frog voice. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we started doing it, and basically it was very inappropriate. I was talking about Kermit banging Miss Piggy, and I'd be like, Kermit the Frog here. Last night I was boinking Miss Piggy, and like we just made up stupid shit.
Oh my gosh.
And like we're 8th graders, so like we're saying such dumb shit. And it was hilarious. It was the funniest thing ever.
And if you were in 8th grade, you were probably getting pretty foul with it, I'm guessing.
Oh, pretty what?
Pretty foul.
Oh yeah, dude. It was like, I mean, probably not any more so than my 38-year-old ass says right now. But obviously, like now I have a little bit of a filter. Then I just didn't give a shit. I was just like,
right here, and like I am,
Exactly. Last thing before we go.
Yes, sir.
Can we just say Padres means fathers? Next to your city jersey should be gray with red/orange/yellow ombre letters that say Los Papis and has flames coming up.
Los Papis. So now that we know what Paige says
Los
to you,
Papis.
now I was about to say, now that we know what Paige calls you. Ay, papi.
It's been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Third Down Thursdays. MJ
Always.
and Bruce. We're going to leave with a word from our sponsors as we do every week. We'll be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Bruce.
MJ. Love you too, buddy. Hey, MJ.
Bruce.
You're the man.
Shut up.
Fuck you.